All right, guys, welcome in here. Good morning to most of you there in North America here. Good afternoon to people in other parts of the world, and good evening to me. Come on in, welcome on in here. We're in for a great, really good match here between Toplife and zelgadissan here. Um, this is going to be game one of the Group F winners group finals here. So this is going to be a ton of fun here. My name's Days Cloud, and I'm going to be joined in the booth tonight by Clear Mouse there. How you doing there?
Dazed. I'm so excited for this match. We've got two, as you said, very excellent runners. No surprise, of course. These two guys are facing off in their group winners finals, and Top and Zelga have definitely fought pretty hard to get here. Top, I think, actually beat out Schulzer as an upset in order to have the pleasure of facing Zelga, who I believe did not upset. I think Zelga was the higher seed in his race. But yeah, otherwise this should be really good to see.
Yeah, no, this has been great. Toplife was ranked 4th in his division, but I do know from speaking to Top afterwards that Schulzer was none too happy to run into him as in his group. Zelga is Zelga. Everybody knows him. He just won the spoiler open ladder season 6 title, and no one is particularly shocked about that. We've got this is going to be great. This is going to be fantastic. I'm really excited that we're getting a chance to get out here and do this together.
Oh yeah, and not only that. So Toplife is in Europe, right? Norway. Zelga here is in the United States, along with myself, and you are all the way in Korea. This is, I mean, like an amazingly. We're literally scheduling like 4 different time zones at this point in order to make this happen.
I mean, we fought for this one.
Oh yeah, that is certainly true.
And we are off here. Uncle giving us a little bit of information that is not particularly useful. We're going to start off with 50 rupees, and we're going to figure out exactly what is our standard item for our escape sequence today.
We had already a quick map check on Toplife's side. I think it was a green pendant in Hera and a red crystal Eastern.
That's what I saw too. So we basically, as always, this is the same tournament that everyone's been watching for the past week. You're looking at 14 hearts maximum. This is a standard hard mode, 14 hearts maximum, with a bow to start off today.
Yeah, I was actually even thinking, some runners, I guess, kind of depend on like, you have some preference to when they actually do a map check. And well, actually with the standard start, it actually might be more advantageous if you do your map check on the earlier side, specifically if you have a bow start, because especially if you know that Eastern is a crystal, you don't really get that opportunity to find out once you're inside escape. All right, so yes, this is really good for both Zelga and Toplife. Zelga decided to kind of delay it right before he enters the castle versus Toplife gets it right outside of his house. But this is going to be an option, for our runners right after they finish.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of hard to figure out exactly what you want to do here, because like if you're getting that bow directly out of this, you can run yourself directly to Eastern, grab a couple of things, try to figure out exactly what you want to do next. But at the same time, Eastern does require a fire source to be fully in logic. Now, neither of these guys require that, but that's another option.
Are you calling these guys illogical, Days?
I'm going to say that these guys follow the same sort of logic that I do when I'm playing, which is that's for later.
Of course, with a bow start, it's also, a bow actually could be one of those very last location, difficult to get items that, a lot of runners end up looking for. So having a bow, also with pretty good offensive power, it's just really going to be nice to start out.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's two arrows into any of these blue guards will take him down in no time here. Once Top makes his way all the way down to the basement, we're going to see him put 4 arrows into the ball and chain guard real fast there, and he'll go down. As both runners are basically in sync on their way down the stairs here. This is always fun to watch.
Oh yeah. I mean, you can definitely tell like how good these runners are, just because they are actually just neck and neck with each other. Of course, Zelga has a 1 rupee lead over Toplife. I'm sure that'll matter even more. The fact that we just picked up 300 more rupees in Zelda's. So, man, Zelga needs a new name. I'm just gonna tell him that right now.
I mean, if you don't mispronounce Zelga's name at least like 4 times when you're calming here, something has gone wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, but going back to the game here for just a second, it looked like from what I saw that the guards today are going to be in the arrow bomb pack here. So the arrow drop pack is what I meant to say.
Oh,
so
right.
We got to be looking for bombs at some point here, and it looks like our best guess is going to be the rats there once we get into the sewers.
Right. All this talk about being in sync and managing their arrow counts. We actually did forget about the other resources that we actually really care about in Escape. We do have something. Zelga already got his bomb drop. Hopefully Toplife's can have some similar luck. Yeah, we would really like to only visit Escape once, and that includes being able to get a bomb or a couple in order to access the 3 chests in the back of Escape.
Yeah, it turns out I missaw that there. I saw an arrow drop come out on top side there, and I must have miscounted there. I thought that was like the first item off of it. So yeah, no, they're actually, once you get back to these ropes in the hallway back here, you can pump a whole bunch of arrows into them and no doubt get your bomb pretty easily. Well, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, so arrows are actually Zelda gets another bomb drop, so he's up 2-0 now to top life, just like what he would like to see on the series, I'm sure. But yeah.
Yeah, but I was wrapped in the bomb pack anyway, so I mean, we got nothing to worry about, I guess.
Yeah, and in fact, okay. So picking up a cape, it is a nice safety. Of course, early cape always makes runners a bit wary because it's one more piece of the puzzle in addition to maybe a potential revisit back to Hyrule Castle, but it's more of the top layer as opposed to the bottom layer.
All right, Top going for that nice strat when you walk in the door there, just firing an arrow to your left and hoping that the key rat runs right into it. He got that perfectly there. Zelga pretty much the exact same thing, got that really easily. So we're going to find out exactly what these 3 items are. Start off with 10 arrows and 20 rupees and 20 rupees. So yeah, that's...
Yeah. So the best part of that 3 items is the peace of mind that you end up not actually picking up, but being able to have. You're never going to come back, and that you definitely didn't miss out on anything, even if you missed it.
Definitely. As Top taking a little bit of extra time, farming a couple of extra rats there to hopefully try to get a few more bombs. Not really having any luck with it, so both runners are going to basically leave Escape with the exact same equipment here. Oh, one more bomb for Top Life, so hey, there he goes.
Yeah, but short a couple arrows compared to Zelga. I don't know if this is going to be the difference. We did... Yeah. Zelga immediately saving quitting. So this is going to be part of the knowledge that he did. We got the early map check. Eastern is a crystal that he can, at least on Zelga's skill level, he's just fully clear with no problems whatsoever.
Yeah, plays are being made already there on Zelga's side. That is a quick save and quit out of the sanctuary and going directly over here. I mean, it makes sense. Like, if you come over here, you land a couple of items out of here, you can save yourself time at Kakariko. You could even end up getting, like, one of your pieces from, say, the back of Saha here, as doesn't look like it will be, though.
Oh.
Finding a sword, though.
Yeah, that is a really nice permanent weapon on top play side, of course. We will need at least 2 swords. In order to at least defeat the game, but early permanent weapon especially is going to be super nice.
Alright, so on to Kakariko for top life and on to Eastern Palace for Zelga here. So Zelga's going to end up with the first crystal of the match here, but top life might find a whole bunch of things that'll make his route a lot easier. I mean, if he found here, then this is a great place for him to have gone.
Yeah, and I did notice that Top Life has opted to not check Lumberjack. Some runners have different schools of thought for this. Some runners like to wait until they have the boots because they can dash up there, and you can't actually claim the Lumberjack prize without the boots, of course. Other runners just want to know immediately whether or not it's going to be an Aghanim Seed. Okay. So speaking of being able to logically complete Eastern Palace, and potentially another piece of the puzzle that we're going to have for Agnum, we did find the lamp here in Crystal Eastern as our first prize.
Yeah, we were talking about dark rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna be any of those today. That's just gonna be nice and easy.
Yeah, I'm sure Zelga was actually really just hoping to see the fire rod. If that also would put Eastern Palace completely in logic, assuming that the big key was not in its vanilla location.
Yeah, now with that lamp there, you kind of imagine that Zelga's gonna go all the way around there and check the Eastern Palace big key chest. I can't imagine he's gonna leave that around there. I mean, there was a race not too long ago where that bit of one of the runners screamed hard.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm sure nobody involved in that race is here with us today.
And on tracking today, Will WC there.
Unrelated, of course.
Unrelated, of course.
All right. So meanwhile, speaking of tracking, we actually found quite a few goodies here. Looks like in Kakariko. So Top Left did manage to snag himself a hook shot, and I almost believe that we found our first bottle. So, at least we're not going to have to come back to Kakariko for to at least to see what Sick Kid has.
Right, that was one of those things there that Top Life finding that bottle is going to mean Sick Kid is just one of those things he doesn't have to come back, like exactly like you said there, as Zelga's going to make his way over to the Eastern Palace big key chest, grab whatever items out of this, and so far the hook shot is really nice, but I mean the seed is kind of screaming Aga at this point.
Wow. Yeah. So speaking of, so that is that's so Master Sword early on. Under 10 minutes is an amazing amount of offensive power on Top Left side. We have full access now. Oh my gosh, and a third sword on Zelga's side in Eastern Palace. Yeah, I mean, if this seed wasn't screaming Aga before, geez, we have 3 swords now to put Aga even more into logic. Holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a call to go to Aga before South Shore now.
Yeah.
I might. I mean, it'd be kind of a silly play at this point, but I mean, like, that is unexpected as it looks like that was going to be our blue mail there on, or silver's sitting there on the race game, because that was our first 20 of the day.
Okay, so that was 20. I just saw some so differently colored rupee set. I didn't actually see the number, but yes. Yeah, we are dealing with hard item pool, which means that basically the top tier items that we're going to be able to get in a normal setting, it's not going to be accessible to us. And those are just going to be replaced by green 20s in this case. The things that we cannot get, at least early on, are mail upgrades. We're only going to be on green mail for the rest of the game. And of course, in this case, because we had a bow start, we're not going to be able to see silver, so that could be another green 20 for us later.
Yeah, and gonna go. Top Life's going to go ahead and get the dam here. See a heart container. Probably going to go ahead and pick that up right now. Now, it doesn't look like he's going to go out to the desert at least yet, which would kind of be his MO to a point here. He's going to come over to Mini Moldarm Cave and maybe get an idea if the book is laying in here, because kind of hoping to route all of the desert area in at the same time.
Yeah, good thing Top Life picked up that heart container. It would not have been a certain death, but these crabs do quite a bit of damage, and this isn't really a place that you want to die, especially when you don't have the boost to come back pretty quickly.
And mushroom is pretty much the best thing that Top Life gets out of there, so it is just kind of what it is.
Kind of inconvenient as well. Now, oh geez, Top Life. Yeah, so it looks like at least he's gonna make his way over to Ice Rod Cave. This is definitely one of the most dangerous parts of the Light World. Every crab does 4 hearts of damage, so I think he ended up picking up a little bit more health in Paradox Cave. Certainly a bit underrated at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and we're going to imagine here that we saw Zelga go ahead and finish off Eastern Palace here. because he is down in the South Shore area.
Yeah, Top Life. You know, it's pretty early for us here in the morning. We don't quite need you know, we have coffee. We don't need wake up calls from this. Oh wow! All right, that is a very worthwhile trip over to Ice Rod Cave. Top Life has found at least the next piece of Dark World access, which is our glove.
Yeah, and knowing what we know now, does that mean that the pearl is, well, the pearl could be on Zora, or it's going to be on, well, I guess it could be up the mountain there. There's always that option. It just, I won't be surprised if we find out that the mountains have nothing up there.
Yeah, and you know, especially you know, so the mountain is logically accessible with that lamp and that glove that Top Life has found. You know, Top Life doesn't know it quite yet because he doesn't have the lamp. We know it's in logic because we can see both runner sides. But yeah, but at this point, we can't really get much else besides the item inside Spectacle Rock, and I guess off the old man.
Yeah.
Oh, we have. Oh, we have
Hook
Paradox too,
Shot,
right? Yeah, that's
and
right. Yeah.
we've got all of that there. So I mean, we're calling Aga early just because a lot of times if you find a tempered sword, you're just kind of assuming that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You play enough of this game, you start to feel the patterns here. Now, of course, everybody has gotten it wrong. Where you do the Aga too early, you get yourself in trouble, and that doesn't really work out for you here.
Yeah, I am curious if, you know, before Zelga at least makes the Agnum play, you know, he at least, you know, because he has the glove now and he has the lamp, maybe he'll check Lumberjack to see if Aga's actually, you know, needed maybe for that item as well before he kind of heads up the mountain.
Yeah, I kind of expect, I mean, unless Flute is hiding somewhere easily accessible, I kind of expect both the runners to check Lumberjack on the way up there. It just seems like the right play to go here. As I'm kind of a little surprised Zelga's starting from the top of Kakariko and coming around. I kind of thought he might go from the bottom to kind of round up into the mountain from Kakariko, come in through the forest and then up. But instead, I mean, he's going to get all of the items we saw Top Life get just a second ago. So he'll be on.
He's going to be. Yeah, he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be on Tempered Sword and probably just actually a very, you know, a couple minutes. Oh, Top Life, actually showing us that with that hookshot he found actually in Kakariko, he can actually speed up Eastern Palace actually just a little bit. He ends up seeing that he could hookshot over to the middle of map chest, I guess in this case, without having to go through like that second room.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things there, that Eastern Palace coming out here, there's things that would make Eastern Palace faster, like the hookshot in particular. The boots are one of the best things that you can get in here because Eastern Palace is a long dungeon of straight lines, and if you get boots, then you just kind of go into it there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, so it's kind of unfortunate in the casual game that you get boots right after Eastern Palace because there are a lot of places you can dash. But you know, if you ever want to come back with boots, you definitely can get through this dungeon a whole heck of a lot faster.
True. I mean, it's kind of the thing there. The game does kind of, if you're playing the vanilla version, the game just kind of teaches you certain things as you go there. That's one reason why Desert Palace is even more of just giant long hallways. It's made for you to learn how to use your boots pretty much.
Oh yeah, and not only that, you have the keys on the torch, right? The small key on the torch in the vanilla game. Sometimes you have the big key on the torch in Rando. You know, another, and of course, you know, you need the book off of the library in order to get into Desert Palace to begin with, right?
Yeah, definitely, exactly. I'm there, and I'm just gonna have to gently remind Top that no, you cannot hookshot anti-fairies. Stop trying that.
Yeah, also, so speaking of, you know, being in Eastern Palace, I would like to observe that Top Life is in Eastern Palace with, like, basically twice as much health as Zelga was. Not that Zelga really needed it, but just definitely a point of difference.
Yeah, I mean, the 7 hearts here on Top Life's side with the tempered sword, a little bit better.
Yeah,
And
in fact, when Zelga first came over here, he was on 3 hearts, right? And luckily, he picked up a 4th heart in the back of Sajla's closet. Now, I was thinking, like, this is basically just, just like an NMG run when you don't pick up the Sank heart. But then, of course, luckily, he went to the back, and now it's like an NMG run with Sank heart.
yeah, pretty much. It's gonna work pretty well there. Like Toplife could just walk up with that tempered sword, and if you decided to, go ahead and slash the Igor and just get him out of the way real fast. As, okay,
No!
this
Oh,
room's
no!
getting away from me a little bit here.
Yeah, these this room, of course, these Igors being red, you definitely need the bow, no doubts, in order to defeat them. So, of course, just as practice, this one's only 1 red. Next room that we're going to see, hopefully, on top life side is going to be 2 reds before he ends up facing Armos Knights.
I'm starting to think that the Armos Knights are just a myth. Oh, okay, no.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
we definitely didn't see them on Zelga's side. Alright, so at least we saw most of the Armos Knights on top life, making very short and fast work. Oh, and okay, that's a very convenient arrow refill.
Yeah, just 10 arrows there. So okay, we're now basically the exact same checks done on both sides here. Zelga saving and quitting, going to the
Turn
Link
in that
Spots. We're
mushroom.
gonna
Yeah,
get
it
a
looks
mushroom
like
check.
it looks like he wants to turn in that mushroom. And I think Zelga's probably played a cross keys or 2. He looks very adept at doing these fake flipper into this whirlpool, taking a shortcut over to the witch's huts.
Yeah, he's got that move down and quite a few other moves that I know of. But yeah, we're gonna get to see now early mushroom there, especially when you're looking for Dark World access there. It seems like it's only 1 item. It's not going to be anything that you ever really want, but man, ask anybody who's played this, the amount of times that it's something serious is pretty good. This is not one of those times.
Yeah, slightly surprised that Zelga actually is saving quitting. I do know that some runners like to, especially this early, right after saving quitting. What was that? Was that the mirror?
That was the mirror.
Wow. Okay. All right. So did we say something earlier about Aghanim being required?
Yes.
Okay. so that mirror has not changed my mind whatsoever. The fact that it's on Lumberjack.
I feel like that might make it something you need to do.
Now, there are some, I think, like off chances where the mirror isn't going to be required, but just given the things that the mirror would lock, it's very highly likely that we're going to need it, at least for most likely, like the most common one's going to be for Swamp Palace, assuming it's going to be a crystal. But of course, then you just have the mirror as mobility, both from the light world to the dark world, as well as within dungeons itself. The top light just get, oh no, dead rocked. Oh, that is one of the worst places.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna get it this
time.
That's fine. Maybe. I think he can fit through there.
Can he?
Yeah, he can fit through there.
Alright, so it looks like at least Top Light's not even going to take that chance. He is down actually quite a bit of health. Gets a free refill from the old man. Anytime you want to go visit Death Mountain, it doesn't matter what mode or game you're playing. You want as much health as you possibly can. Top Life is demonstrating how beat up you can actually get in some of these screens.
About it most of the time too, because those cabbages of death there are just completely random.
Yeah.
Dead rots who are not 100% random, but might as well be.
And they're like random, like targeted at you. All right. So speaking of that mirror, it's okay. So so powder's a nice safety for sure, but that does unlock Magic Bat at some point.
Okay, now there's your Moon Pearl there. That's probably the last piece that these runners are looking for to get into the Dark World here. Now, kind of an interesting little point. Zelga didn't check Lumberjack.
Oh yeah, that is true.
Probably not gonna matter at all, but this does mean that Top Life knows that the mirror is there, and Zelga doesn't at the moment.
Yeah,
But
that early knowledge. Yeah, I was gonna say that early knowledge that Top Life has. So normally, especially in a boostless situation, that knowledge could be very valuable. And an advantage to one runner over the other. But as we've kind of seen in the first like 20 minutes of the seed, where there have been so many other signs pointing to Aghanim. Once we end up getting the boost, which we know we're gonna get eventually, Zelga's gonna make a pretty quick check there. So I don't doubt that he's gonna get that mirror eventually.
yeah, no, Zelga's gonna find that in the moment that he hits the boots, because he'll make the checks and then go, oh, okay, well, I gonna need that, I guess. Well, we think he might. I mean, there's always the outside chance that we do have a pendant on Swamp as kind of the theme of the tournament.
Oh, but we have the hook shot, so we're definitely not gonna dive Pendant Swamp without it.
Well, never mind.
Wow. What a nice reward for the end of Spiral Cave. It's like you gruelingly walk all the way over to the very, very end, and what are you rewarded with? You are paid off with your hard work, and you get to go fast.
I mean, to be fair, that's kind of a fitting place for the boots there, to walk all the way there and and then finally get the thing that make you go fast. I mean,
Now, I guess I am curious though, because actually, this knowledge for the mirror being at is this where Zelka's heading to Lumberjack? Maybe he's doing Bonk Rocks first, and then maybe up to check Lumberjack. Because I was gonna say, so like Top Life knows what the mirror is, and especially if you can take the mirror in and earlier rather than later, you can do a lot more like nicer. You can speed up a lot of dungeons, and if Zelga ends up delaying it, Top Life could actually get a little bit of time over Zelga. Like for example, if he goes over through like the Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we didn't get to see right now if what Bonk Rocks was over on Zelga's side. We're gonna have to hope that when Top Life goes there, we can kind of see. It doesn't look like it's anything serious there, but hopefully the tracker was able to take it, maybe see it on his stream there, since we're having just a couple of hiccups. Nothing in Bonk Rocks. Thank you there, our tracker, Lil WC there in chat. Give a big shout out to him there, doing all of the actual difficult work here, as me and Claire Mouse just get to sit here and talk the whole time.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's way easier to be able to talk. When we have a great tracker keeping everything up to date for us.
Well, and here we go. Both runners are in Aga here. It's basically about a 2-minute climb to the top, especially with the equipment that these guys got. Having a tempered sword coming up here, it does not make this very long. You're going to go very quickly through all of this.
Yeah, I mean, so normally, of course, Aghanim is accessible with the cape and fighter sword, the master sword, or anything beyond the master sword. And of course, the best case scenario for our runners is to come here with the highest level sword they're going to get in this game, at least for the hard item pool, which is tempered. And yeah, we're watching Top Life and Zelga basically just tear through these enemies, right? Because normally in the vanilla game here, you come here with Master Sword, so the game is kind of tailored to that level of difficulty, where most of the enemies will require at least 2 hits. But of course, we're seeing these blue cards just die in one shot, right? Because we've tempered. That certainly makes things a bit easier.
Just dash right through them there and not have to worry about anything. You can just fly as quickly as you can here, as Top gets the hook dash there off of these steps in Aga's room. Gets a pretty good distance on it there. Good to see if Zelga can get a little bit further. Here, as we're going to go in and we're going to play How Many Blue Balls Is this dumb wizard going to shoot today?
I appreciate Zelga using the blue boomerang in order to pick up that key. All right, yeah, Top Life is starting his Aghanim fight, and of course, these seeds are, well, the randomness is seeded specifically for the Aghanim and Ganon fight. So, we are not going to, have a runner win or lose because of the number of blue ball difference, kind of unlike the vanilla game. So whatever Top Life is actually experiencing right now, Zelga's gonna have the exact same thing.
I mean, I don't want to say anything, but that kind of is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. But that was a perfect.
Wow.
I realized that after the first phase that we hadn't gotten a single blue ball yet, and we didn't.
All right, so we should just tell these runners right now to run NMG. This is the perfect amount of luck that they need every single time. Nobody wants blue balls in their runs.
Oh man, Top going ahead and taking just a second here, checks the pyramid before he saves and quit, and immediately goes and he's going to go pick up this mirror and then probably go directly back to the pyramid to try to get whatever it is there, because it's time to make the one of the worst decisions to make in Rando here is after you've done Aga, do you dip pod or do you go across the river?
Actually, so we haven't seen a map check yet on top left side, right?
No, we didn't see a map check on top left side. So we don't know if it's a crystal yet or anything like that. We probably will find out pretty quickly here. Maybe Zelga will oblige us and give us the information that we need. It's a rough one because if you go into pod and you find the hammer, ooh, that's a big advantage. If you go into pod and don't find the hammer, and the hammer is, say, across the river over in, say, like Graveyard Ledge, and it's just right across the river.
Oh, then, yeah.
Then the advantage goes the other way. Like, this is a 50-50 that you're not going to feel great about any decision you make here until you find out whether or not it was the right one.
That is, yeah, and especially, playing against Top Life, playing against Zelga, these decisions can definitely swing things, and these are runners that you can't really afford to lose time against, and under really any circumstances.
Okay, and I'm not surprised to see Top Life going across the river here. This is something that me and him have talked about this in the past year, and because he knows my disdain for the pod Aga play here. So yeah, he's probably gonna go for the around the world play, I think.
Yes, Top Life actually, being pretty efficient, right? We ended up seeing Zelga turning in. Oh no, we have two frozen streets.
Turning north.
Okay.
It looked like.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, so Zelga ended up turning in the mushroom pretty early, taking a quick shortcut whirlpool over to turn in the mushroom. But Top Life kind of had delayed in this with that mirror that he picked up, where he's definitely very efficient in order to be able to combine that with the rest of this case, like Catfish, and then presumably they can also mirror in order to check Zora, which is also logic.
Oh, I see what Top Life's doing. He's burning. He's spamming the lamp because he's gonna try to. Ancilla his way. Ancilla fake flipper. Oh, halo right there.
That's a pretty nice item. We did see. It looks like thanks Will. Because I'm not sure if I saw any map check available for. Well, we did see that Turtle Rock is a crystal. So we definitely know that the red cane is required. Zelga looks like he is also going to try something similar as well.
Yeah, I think Zelga's more likely to succeed there because he dropped a whole lot of bombs into the river here. Now, Top Life has not. He's still trying. Unfortunately, both of these guys have cleared Armos Knights here, so they've got to... Oop, Top Life gets it there eventually.
Yes, for the well reward of $40 in Waterfall Fairy. Now, of course, Waterfall Fairy, as we've seen, this is definitely not required within logic. It's actually very, very much out of logic without the flippers. But of course, our runners want to be efficient. They want to be able to clear this first time around, and certainly it's very possible that both runners thinking, well, I know, like if Top Life is here or Zelga's here, they're definitely going to clear this, so I really can't leave this behind.
Yeah, and man, these guys are just operating from the exact same playbook, it seems like. Man, this is crazy. So Zelga gonna go up back into the portal here because you're gonna save and quit in the light world, which means you're gonna have to come this way here using that boomerang. The second time that he's used that boomerang to stun that red guard there, that's a Nice little strat. I like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, getting the nice hook speed off of the stairs of the pyramid. So we are definitely not. And he got the quick warp into the Dark World twice now, so he's definitely not losing any time. Top life, though, needs to be a bit careful. So yeah, so after we defeat Agnum, the guards are swarming and have been upgraded because I guess Agnum feels like everything is now in danger. So all the Hyrule guards need to be like on high alert or something. Definitely a much more dangerous place.
Yeah, no, totally here now. If I remember right, one of the bottles contains a fairy, so it's not like we're in danger over there on Top Life side, but yeah, 2 hearts pretty much on green mail. Almost everything in the Dark World will kill you.
Days, why did you say something?
Because I know him.
Okay. Yeah, good thing Top Life has that safety with the fairy in the bottle. Death warping on the overworld is highly not recommended. It is always faster to save and quit if you want to do so.
All right, so as we're working our way through here, now, yeah, no, Zelga must have gone up to get the red cane here. Now, it's not showing on his tracker right now because I think he kind of just appeared up there when we had the slowdown there for a second. But both of these runners are just mirroring each other's movements right now. So this is kind of interesting to see. Now, in that case, you almost, I mean, both of these runners are fantastic, but if you're going into an execution battle, Zelga's not the guy you want to go into an execution battle with, typically.
There are very few battles that you want to go into against Zelga.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly do applaud. At least both these runners looks like they're not only they're being efficient, they're also just being very thorough, right? Yeah, I will. Admittedly, the seed hasn't given them, I think, too many opportunities to make like a lot of divergence. He did mention the pod play versus the the catfish Zora area, but other than that, right? Like with the equipment that these runners have, this path seems, at least from watching, seems pretty natural.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, going back here, going to use that red cane to go ahead and get through the Skullwoods big key chest there. Get nothing of interest there, but he'll be able to move up into.
Difficulties, but we will be back very momentarily. These runners have gone too fast. we're literally telling them to slow down on stream.
Just come back in and start joking that Top Life or Zelga has finished with the time mode.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think as actually you were mentioning, right? We actually did, last thing we saw on Zelga's side was he was getting the vanilla big key chest in Skull Woods. Very fortunate, of course, that both runners ended up visiting Catfish, which had the red cane of Samaria. That room is a heck of a lot easier. We could just walk up, kill the Baris, place the block, and then walk through the door versus kind of dragging that really slow statue among some pretty dangerous Gyptos.
All right, looks like we're getting a little bit back in action here. At least we're going to get something over on Zelga's side here, is having some adventures with bombs.
Yeah, I think Zelga didn't have the best of luck with bombs in Graveyard Ledge as well as here in the brewery, but luckily at least both locations paid off and gave him some refill bombs. Because I guess the game knew that Zelga needed to spend at least one bomb getting through.
Yeah, now here's the big question here. What are you going to do with Thieves Town? Are you going to go in and go all the way back, or are you going to just check the first 4 and then mirror out and hope that you find Hammer in not a terrible location.
Yeah, Hammer Go mode sometimes sounds pretty pleasant because Hammer does unlock a lot of stuff, but at the same time, Hammer also prevents you from being able to at least, having that peace of mind within Thieves Town. It's a good question. I think I did at least notice that Zelga, decided to search the village of outcasts before coming to Thieves Town to hopefully get a better sense of whether or not he should full clear it. My guess is he probably will, but I certainly would not be surprised to see a mirror. I don't see an on quick swap though.
I'm also seeing that there's no items in the front outside of that last one we got. I want to say that's only 3 items in the back right now. So, so Zelga is making that decision. He's going to make the play to the back here.
Yeah, it's and it's also kind of unfortunate. We we do have that small key. I think, which means that I think it's like a 50-50 at this point. Whether or not the last item's going to be locked within the big chest.
See your plan. Well, it's hard to say exactly here. I mean, but yeah, either way. So it looks like both runners are going to make exactly the same decision here. So it's kind of not going to matter here because why would they change now? They've done everything else.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you gotta keep pace with your opponent. Yeah, and of course, like whether they know it or not, of course, because we know that both runners have made the same decision. Is not going to be, if there's something that they last locate in the big chest, at least both runners have done it, so it's on equal footing. Topplife, yeah, Zelga had a little bit of trouble, unfortunately, with this hallway. Toplife's taking no chances.
Just gonna cape and then just dash right up the middle because you can do that with the cape. You cannot do that with burner. If you do that with burner, you're gonna bounce off of the spikes, which just feels really silly.
I think burner, also has it could introduce quite a bit of lag in an already pretty sprite-filled room.
Okay, so the chest up in the attic there didn't have anything there. That's just 20 rupees. We're gonna pretty quickly here. We're gonna get the moment of truth whether or not there's an item actually locked in the big chest here. The blind cell will be one of them here. It's gonna need to see an item here. That's a guarantee something in the big chest now. That's
it's not a super great feeling, but as we're seeing, both runners are gonna feel pretty equally nervous, at least.
I mean, they know who the other person is really well, so they know of the quality of the other runner. So like, yeah, they're expecting this to have to go as quickly as you can here.
Yeah, so I'm going to assume that Zelga is probably already done at this point with the blind fight. Oh, no, maybe not. We get to catch up.
Yep, and there he is. He's back. He's into it now, at least. So we're gonna get a quick see here. As you always say there, Claire Mouse, this is a scripted fight.
Yeah, Zelga's following the script pretty well, and Topplife actually having some sword beams difference. I think on the last hit it might be able to make a difference, but it looks like Topplife also doing pretty well.
That's going to be our 10th heart container there, and our 2nd crystal over on Zelga's side. Topplife going to join him in the victory pose in just about another second here.
Yeah, didn't even need any safeties as expected, from these runners. I think Zelga had the cape out on quick swap, but he also had the fire shield. He had a ton of health. It is definitely one of those fights where you want to not die and follow the script as best you can, because if you kind of get off script or you have to do something unfortunate, which is refight, that fight goes a heck of a lot different and is definitely much more messy.
Yeah, no, that is the bane of all new runners' existence. There is getting off script and blind, and then having to just go, oh god, oh god, oh god,
yeah,
turning into a bullet hell shooter pretty quickly on you.
Well, good thing we saw, Zelga practices with Kaizo, right? Maybe he was prepared for it, just in case.
You got to get those frame perfect inputs in,
yeah,
for sure. Digs up the Quake medallion there, so that's our first medallion of the day. We are going to need one for Turtle Rock. We don't know which one, but that could be it.
All right, no myths, unfortunately, still for our runners, so they can't do any type of fancy combination, going, I guess, down to South Dark World. So normally, what we see some runners do with the myths is grab the Smith after dig game and then be able to pretty, efficiently combine South Shore and do like purple chest. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case today.
Yeah, no, it's myths are hiding very well. We're gonna get a hype cave check over here on Zelga's side. He's gonna be the first one to it there, and hype cave has been an extremely mixed bag in V31. So let's see if this one's gonna actually pull into something interesting.
I'm certainly hoping the hype cave has something because we are running lower on locations that are logically accessible to us. Zelga's trying to do his chest turns. Just like 1.5 of them.
That's nothing right there, man. Big shout outs to those guys in chat there who were calling out Hera as our next play, because that looks like we're probably going to need to go. Because
now, of course, Zelga did end up getting a red bottle, or sorry, potion with red bottle with a red potion in it. So that's going to be definitely really nice safety, especially on top life side as well, because I believe he already ended up using his fairy.
And I guess we're off to check Gina's cave over on Zelga's side.
Right.
I was wondering where he was going for the longest time. And yeah, this is some place we haven't been yet, so I'm gonna blow open this wall here and find out if this is this our progression? No.
It is not.
No.
Yes.
He got his bomb back at least.
Yeah, and he only needed 1 bomb this time, as opposed to the 2. so Zelga is improving. We're seeing live practice pay off on stream.
All right, speed up the stairs there over on both Zelga and Top Life side. Both opting for the bomb carry.
Nice. you gotta save every single possible frame that you can against these runners. Oh right, yeah, Zelga and Top Life now has reminded us that there is in fact the powder that's here.
Yeah.
Still,
I can't do anything with it yet, but it's there.
It is there, yes, but it's also going to be a really nice safety, especially when you end up climbing Gannis Tower right before Moldrum 2. It's going to be a really nice thing if you can get a heart refill.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It looks like we are going to do this is green pendant, so technically we're going to have 3 items kind of available once you complete this dungeon. At least you'll have 2 in here, and then you get to run over to Sasharala again as we've got the spin speed, the hook dash set up there over on Zelga's side. He got it very quickly, and Top is taking being a little bit more deliberate with it. That mini Moldorm is...
Yeah, that guy looked pretty scary.
Yeah, he was thinking about doing something bad.
All right, so the 3 items that we've seen so far in Tower of Hera was the compass, the big chest, the map, and the small key. So, well, at least we know that Moldorm for sure is going to have an item, but I guess I'm now curious to see if either runner is going to decide to sit through Hera Basement, claim the last item. This has seemingly been an extremely common skip for many people in this tournament to opt to not do Hera Basement.
I mean, at this point, though, you've got to do Hera Basement. I mean, what else are you going to do?
You can turn in that green pendant, I guess, for the second one. But yeah, especially, getting bombs off of Moldorm, where is our progression?
So you go down, you do green pendant, and then, I mean, to be honest, you're here, you sequence break Spike Cave, probably. I mean, it's technically, well, I guess it's in logic with the bottles, but
I think we still need the hammer, right, in order to get to Spike Cave.
Oh god, yeah, you're right. Totally. Yeah.
It's one of those things where we're trying to find at this point. But yeah, that's definitely an uncommon requirement. We don't normally think about these things.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you'd realize really quickly the moment you walk in. So, wait a minute, I forgot something.
Yeah, and especially, the hammer is kind of the more obvious one, right? Because they kind of block your path immediately. It's an even worse feeling when you forget that you need a glove at the very end of Spike Cave in order to lift up that rock. You get all the way to the end, and you're just like, oh no. That's.
I mean,
It's not like it's haven't happened to anyone before. Of course not.
no, of course not. The routing on this is just being together like this. They're gonna check this, and they're gonna go to pod in just a second as Zelga.
Oh, Zelga. Oh no.
Well, now has a fairy.
Well, yeah, it's a good thing they both picked up that red potion in Hype Cube. This is okay. So red boomerang is not quite a red item that we're looking for progression.
And yep, top life.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
remembering. Okay, I guess I gotta save and quit out of this because oh god, the other guy must have gone into pod, right?
I hope he doesn't blame you, Days, for this decision.
No. I think I'll be safe here, but I just think it's funny that like probably both of these runners are going, oh god, what if the other guy went into pod?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. So unfortunately, Zelga's luck didn't hold out for him. The third time going into the portal, I think he got frame rolled by the guards, and as a result, he ended up getting kind of beat up. As we're seeing, Zelga's kind of basically down to half health already. Both, of course, being very efficient. Turning that green pendant, which, geez, was only a piece of heart. So I guess our progression must be implied. So that's the case. Jeez.
Yep, it looks like that must be it. So now the big question is this going to be hammer or is this going to be mitts?
In the game, it'd probably be the mitts, just because I think they open up more of the world to us. Yeah, and then it would also force a double dip into pod, right?
Yeah. Oh god, flippers. That's an awful one right there. Yeah, go get the flippers, and then it's actually the first chest of Swamp Palace.
Oh man, that would be awful.
I mean, ew.
Yeah. All right. So first chest in Palace of Darkness on Zelga's side, which is of course the big key, indicating to us that this is indeed bow locked. But it doesn't matter because we started with the bow as our, I guess, technically second item of the seed.
Yeah, no, and we're just gonna motor on through here and probably get a couple of keys out of the Bullock side here, but we'll find out in just a second as Zelga is gonna clear out this mimic room really fast. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was smooth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely a lot of experience and practice for these mimics.
All right, that's key number 1 there. There's going to be at least 4 keys in the front of pod, and Zelga's just found 2 of them, which means, well, we're gonna have to look a little harder here first.
Yeah, we definitely see the mirror already kind of paying off. We don't have the hammer, so we couldn't actually, jump down or anything. But of course, with the mirror, we don't have to death warp, especially with this much amount of health. Death warping is going to take much longer than normal.
True. Yeah, that's kind of the thing there. It's kind of a nice thing that the mirror was just where it was there, and it's not, you're not having to force your way through, running into these berries over and over and over again.
And Zelga is just not having the best of luck with bombs and their hitboxes.
We're gonna have to check everything up here in pod.
Oh,
and
man.
just in the little basement here. So what's this last item?
Oh, it's the man. Yay, we found. So all right, so did you say something about the first chest in Swamp Palace?
No.
Okay, you didn't say anything. All right, I didn't hear anything either. Okay, got it.
Oh man! All right, so flippers, eh? Well,
it is. At least this puts a couple more flipper checks in logic, right? We did see both runners sequence break over up to Waterfall Fairy, but I don't think we saw Hobo on either side.
Hobo. I mean, that could just be what it is. I mean, that'll be these runners. Assuming we don't find anything else in here, that is going to be the next check for these runners, because they're not going to go commit to doing swamp until they absolutely have to at this point.
Yeah, and the fact that we can at least off of the pyramid, if we end up safe including the dark world, you know, we can actually get to Hobo a slightly faster speed through the mirror, right? And we can just kind of walk down to the river instead of going through the water and swimming over. Was that a hammer on top left side? I just saw him magically appear on the big chest.
Yeah, he's gonna maximize his trip here. He hopped on over there since you got the big key out of the first chest here. You got one extra key. Might as well hammer yump your way around. It's not really super important to do it this way at this point because you know, you got the mirror, but it is probably a little bit faster. I'm not 100% sure. And boy, it's those flippers.
Yeah.
It's the flippers.
And I think based on the dungeon items, there is going to be one more item on Helmasaur himself. Because I think we saw Zelga pick up the compass from the big chest, and we just saw topplife pick up the map. So, well, it's not like we can get it anyway at this point. So, all right,
Very true.
Yeah. All right, so Zelga is taking the shortcut to Hobo. Is this going to be our next piece of progression?
Preparing to feel really bad because it turns out this is the hammer. You didn't have to do. Well, I guess you just had to do. Oh, come on, not now.
No. So okay. Well, okay. Hopefully, topplife stream is going to hold out, and then we're going to be able to see it on his side because I certainly imagine this is also going to be a Hobo play from him.
Okay, yeah, because he's on the way. Zelga.
Zelga, why did you black out? This is like a crucial moment for us.
Is going to the island. Now, topplife has already checked this. It's not the island. It might be swamp. Burna on the Hobo, according to our tracker. So
yeah,
it's in the swamp.
Great. Yeah, we have visual confirmation on topplife side that it was in fact the blue cane from Hobo. Man, these out of the way locations, you know, Catfish giving us the red cane, Hobo giving us the blue cane. Not quite progression though.
Yeah, well, here we go. I mean, the lead has, I guess, changed.
Yes, ever so slightly, because topplife has just like a couple screens worth of transitions on his way over to Swamp Palace. Because without that hammer, you know, this is one of those times, right, where you don't really have any option to go over.
I know.
Wait,
I know what
topplife
did. I know what topplife did. He didn't do the Skullwoods big key chest.
Oh no!
He never. Yeah. Oh, the fights we have had over this stupid chest. Well, he's not going to get anything out of it here. So
yeah, I think it was a small key. I want to say, from what I potentially remember on Zelga's side. But yeah, Zelga. Okay, so the lead has gone back to Zelga.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know topplife now needs to kind of follow in Zelga's footsteps. At least they have the boots. You know, like, can you imagine not having the boots at a spiral cave, just walking like the entire way over here because you don't have the hammer?
That sounds absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad. Yeah, I think both runners at this point are just feeling a bit like beaten up by the seed because like, this is nasty. I mean, this is just full out angry seed at this point.
Maybe, you know, as a bright side, the runners aren't feeling as bad for full clearing a Thieves Town because, you know, we're still missing that hammer. So whatever item, you know, is locked in that big chest, maybe isn't going to be that important.
All right, well, and topplife wanting to check the powder there, realizing, oh yeah, I can't do that yet.
Yep,
still missing some things. And moment of truth over on Zelga's side. This is the hammer.
Hammer! All right.
Well, you can beat Swamp Palace now.
That's right. We are single dipping Swamp Palace. Isn't that what every runner always wants in their seed?
Sure.
Topplife, please be careful.
Why are you mirroring there? Oh, he's gonna go check Agina. Okay. Well,
oh
yeah,
my gosh, is he gonna survive? Is he gonna survive this trip? Holy cow!
Yes, I'm going to say very carefully. Now, surviving the way back, I don't know.
Oh, well, okay, so, oh man, it's pretty important for Top Life to not die here, right? Because he made his way finally over here, into the Dark World at least, and he doesn't have the hammer yet, so if he dies and he wants to go into Swamp Palace, which he needs to, he's gonna have to make the trip all the way back again.
If he wants, he's got his portal. He's gonna save his portal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is
Oh, nice. So yeah, then he can start at Link's house, right? And save and continue, and then he have a shortcut.
that's an elegant little play there
Nice.
on top
Okay.
side. Yeah,
Okay.
he's gonna hop down there, gonna go get that portal, and then he's going directly in there, and he's gonna get his hammer and go, "Come on, game, really?"
Yeah, that's right. So, lesser seen save portal. Because normally, what happens is we want to try and save it on Turtle Rock because we are, searching for that ice rod and we can't find it in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, this is kind of cool
So
here
this is
because
cool.
now he gets to go through. He's gonna pull the dam here as we get mitts out of the back of Swamp Palace because yipes, of course we do. And Zelga is going directly to the back there. Now, I've seen the compass, which means there's at least one item hiding on left side here, but man, I don't know if we're going to see him go back for it. Because that's the game opened up pretty much.
Yeah, and of course, left side swamp is a pretty hefty time commitment. At least like a minute, 40, I want to say, 30, something like that. So if you decide at least to make the commitment to doing left side swamp, it is going to be faster for you to do it the first trip around. But as you said, Days, it's still a pretty big time commitment, and we just found the mitts, right? So there are probably going to be a lot more better options for Zelda.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say exactly what to do here. I mean, I'm seeing a couple of different interesting routing decisions coming from some high-level runners in chat, as that's the big key, which means there's 2 items left in here now. That might be enough to bring Zelga back in.
We are, okay, so despite our inventory looking pretty full, we are actually still missing quite a few number of things. We still need for go mode. Oh, Zelga was thinking about it. Looks like he is not going to leave anything left unturned. All right, so 2 items he's going to pick up back. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean we're gonna see exactly here. He's gonna have to get Fire Rod, and we gotta find Ice Rod, and we still don't know what Dark Death Mountain, what that entry requirement into Turtle Rock is gonna be yet. We've got Quake, but if it's a different medallion, well then all bets are off.
Yeah, of course, it is a third of a chance, a 33% chance for it to be quite it's vanilla medallion, but odds are not going to be in your favor that is going to be the entry medallion that we want or that we have today.
Yeah, no, it's kind of hard to say exactly here. As Top Life's gonna go down, he's got to do his little diver down real fast as he gets to jump out of the water. There is squeezing in between that block. He's picking up his mitts right now. You're just gonna have to trust me on that one.
We are certainly going to believe you.
And Zelga is making his way over to the left side. Now he got 1 item out of the big chest. There's going to be 1 more item sitting there out in either the left side or the right side. So he'll probably go left side first, unless he decides to get real memey and go right side first. But we'll find out.
Yeah, especially if he's going to save it quite out. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. We did actually see a pretty nice, quick Argus fight on Zelga's side. Hold the top life have similar luck.
Okay, well, Top Life going for the 0 cycle here. Well, he's so good. Got half of them.
Is he gonna beat the timer? Oh, it's just unfortunate. Of
So
course,
he's
yours.
gonna just over 1 cycle on it here. As Zelga goes left side, pulls out a piece of heart there, probably says a couple of unkind words about the seed, and he's off to someplace else.
Yeah, he, with that hammer, he does have the ability now to finish up Pod, right? There is 1 more item left on Helmasaur that we know of, and it's a crystal dungeon.
Yep, definitely here. And I'm not exactly 100% sure what our 5-6 crystals are today.
Oh yeah, that's a good point as well.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure there, unfortunately, because if this is a, say, another 5-6 crystal here, this could actually give you another reason to go over there. Now, Top Life on the other side, he's gonna take this, and it looks like we're headed Smith Chain possibly.
Yeah, and the fact that he decided to not at least go back into left side swamp for the time being, assuming he never goes back, that's going to be like a minute and a half. That's that he's going to have over Zelga.
Yeah, that is kind of nice, actually, for him, for sure, here, as Zelga is going to make his way directly back to Helmasaur there. I don't know if we've got an item back here. Going to have to probably ask chat and the tracker there to make sure give us the information.
Yeah, so I think that we saw the map pulled out of the dark basement, and we saw a compass from the big chest, so there should be an item left on Helmasaur, because we already saw Zelga have a small key, and we know Helmasaur can't lock that.
Well, fair enough, then I can just ask you.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Toplife's being very efficient. He remembers that there is also the powder that we can check out now. With that hammer and mitts and mirror, we have like that now completely, 300% within logic, as well as doing the Smith chain.
Well, into the Smith chain's got 300 rupees there, so I mean he's got a lot more money now, which is kind of nice. But he's more looking for the items here. We're gonna do a quick jump in here, grab whatever is on the bat here.
So in Helmasaur basement, unfortunately, it didn't have much of a turtle party, but also didn't have much of a turtle cooperation. It did have to spend a little bit more time trying to get them down. Man,
Single rupee for Top Life there.
It seems like it's like even more of a letdown after you just picked up 300 from the Smiths, right?
That's true. I mean, hey, it could be worse. It could have been the single arrow, which just
that's true. That is also true.
Unpleasant thing to find, honestly. All right, so Top Life going to take the purple chest with him to run down. Now, why is escaping me right now? And I guess maybe he's going to go to Agina's cave after he turns it in. That's my guess at the moment.
Did Top Life already visit Agina though? I thought that's what
Zelga was the only one to finish it there, as Zelga has gone ahead and taken down Helmasaur there for crystal number 4 on his side, starting to kind of put down these dungeons pretty quickly. Now Top Life's going to turn in this purple chest that magically appears next to him. Get more money. And
I actually thought Top Life did visit Agina, because that was the whole death warping thing, because he was on half a heart going all the way over there, and then he ended up death warping from a bomb inside the cave.
Yep. No, you're right. You're 100% right there. So that makes that run.
Yeah, I guess I was kind of curious as to why he just didn't save me, but I guess I haven't physically timed it.
Well, and unfortunately, all of that extra checks there did absolutely nothing for Top Life. So he's got he's got nothing there. And Zelga, on the other hand, is up on Dark Death Mountain, where probably our next piece of progression could be, unless it's going to be an Ice Palace today.
Okay. So Ari pointing out in chat potentially that saving quitting, because I've forgotten we had already defeated Aghanim. So yeah, saving quitting is not I guess more common and would not put you back in Link's house. It would put you on top of here. Oh no! Sorry. All right, so this is a mirror block delete snafu number 2, I believe. The first one didn't seem to matter as much, and maybe Zelga, did not learn, properly how to face the consequences. Luckily, at least, he did go back for it, but, if he ended up just abandoning it, those 10 arrows would not, probably would have made the difference for him in the seed.
Very true. As we find it's ether for Turtle Rock. Anyways, not going anywhere in there yet.
Nope.
As time to see what Hookshot Cave's got for us here.
Yeah, but of course, knowing Hookshot Cave, there's just going to be stuff like right underneath the doormat for us in order to enter into Turtle Rock.
So if this turns out to be nothing, if you're Zelga, are you gonna go do Ice Palace, or are you gonna go do Misery Mire?
Oh yeah, great. These are some pretty bad options. Yeah, I mean, it's like, what do we have left, right? Because I think Zelga's already cleared out everything that he's able to in front of Skull Woods, right? And that flute gives us access to Pendant Mire. And we also, of course, have access already to Pendant Ice Palace. Great.
Does give us access to Desert Palace as well, though. So that is something else available here.
Okay, all right. Zelga, remembering to activate that Cane of Burnous just in time to find himself $20 at the end of Spike Cave. Alright, so I think one of the last things now we don't want to see is we don't want to see that book. Given how much Zelga has at least done up on the mountain, that Ether tablet doesn't really look appealing if we ever end up finding it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's not gonna be a whole lot of fun. So Zelga's he's gonna go dash into Kakariko here, grab his flute, and man, oh man, at that point, you imagine Desert Palace and the 2 items that are there, plus the 2 items in the Mire Shed and the 1 in Checkerboard Cave. So I mean, that's a good chunk of things to go check. But oh boy.
Yeah, we had so much. I guess, open to us right after we found both the mitts and the hammer, and then now it looks like the sea's almost kind of like bottlenecking us again.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say because I mean, we're still pretty open. We're gonna have to figure out exactly what happens after Desert here because he's going into 6, fluting down to 6. He's gonna lift the block, go in, and yeah, the sea's gonna have to tell us here pretty quickly.
I hope we can see.
Yeah, me too.
Now it does seem like Zelga has every full intention of full clearing Desert, so presumably he's going to mirror right into Mire Shed, pick up some money. I'm not sure if we know the medallion entry yet, because that could also be another location we can get into, assuming if it's Ether or Bombos or Quake. And Zelga's probably going to come down here and check this Desert Ledge item. Oh, that's right. That's right. All right. Okay. So Zelga is not that he wants the challenge, to not have silver arrows for the rest of the game. Is that he knows this is hard item pool. It's one of the few opportunities where we get to see that item in its original form before it turns into a 20 rupees and we pick it up.
the triple take on Zelga. As our tracker is pointing out that Misery Mire is Bombos. So
all right, so that is going to be an option for us to do.
And not that it matters, but it turns out that it's not boots locked in here in Desert Palace over there on Zelga's side, as the big key was just sitting there right in the middle. But no item to speak of yet, but we're about to start checking chests, and that's just a compass.
Yeah, we haven't seen any items so far, right? So a small key on torch, is that what it was?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so small key on torch. So technically, I guess technically boots locked, but
I mean, no, it's, yeah. Alright, so I think then Zelga decided not to go to the big chest, right? So, because we know there's one more item, and if Lando has it, then we can save ourselves some time?
Yeah, pretty much here. I guess that's probably the play here. I mean, for Toplife, what he's hoping is that at some point Zelga decides to go do Smith Chain, because that's the difference in our times right now.
Oh yeah, that's true. And Zelga ended up skipping doing Left Side Swamp as well, so that is.
And man, it's just the seed is just forcing the runners to take a very set route, and there's just not a whole lot of other options, unfortunately. All
right, so as Zelga is preparing to enter Lanmo, I do notice a conspicuous missing rod set. So he's going to have to, take a couple more. I don't know, maybe use swords, maybe use some bombs. I would love to see some NMG bow ammo. May not be Zelga's cup of tea.
Honestly, those bomb strats there, that's gonna do a number on these guys. Bombs are super effective on them if you hit it right. He hit it just right. I mean, that was a one-cycle landmo with no fire rods, no ice rods, just bombs and tempered sword. That's it.
That was a really nice fight on Zelga's side. So like Lambo does have technically I think fixed patterns, which is like 1 out of I want to say like 24 or something on the first cycle. So it's quote unquote predictable, I guess. But after everything after that, you can kind of start reacting to it. Zelga did a very nice job finishing off the Lambo.
Yeah, and items are still missing here, so let's go check checkerboard, Gabe, really quickly.
Yeah, and we ended up just seeing 10 arrows drop from Lambo, so we did pull all the items we could out of Desert, so Zelga probably saved himself a bit of time to not check the big check. Nothing in check, well, sorry. The bug net is actually a pretty good item, especially in hard mode where we don't have that many safeties, but Zelga, of course, on 13 hearts, and he has a red potion, he probably is good, at least for the time being, to not pick it up.
Okay, so Zelga deciding to go with Ice Palace over
Alright, so this could be a point of divergence. So Zelga, he abides by his personal rule of fire rule, which is that if you have bombos and you are missing the fire rod, it's going to be an Ice Palace. I would certainly not be surprised if he is following through.
Yeah, no, Zelga is the one who taught me that rule there, and it has happened many times that the fire rod will be in here. Now the question is, if you find fire rod, do you finish it still? Probably.
We don't have very many options, right? Although we did pick up Ether, which is our requisite medallion, into Turtle Rock, which means that there could still be actually both rods, I think, in Turtle Rock itself, right? There are only, I think, 2 items that are fire rod locked, or I guess technically 3 if you count Trinex, and of course, we only need the ice rod to defeat Trinex himself.
Oh man, I mean that's the fun thing about that. Yeah. There's one place that you can't find it in the entire game. Everywhere else is, completely available. Even GT, if it turns out that you're playing an all dungeon seed and TR's a pendant. That's not the case today though. So
look at that. All right, so Zelga has made the decision. He is out of here. He has found Ether. So he claimed 2 out of the 3 items, I think, right? We saw Ether for sure. We saw the fire rod.
Yeah, it's got to be 2, I think. But
yeah. So maybe at this point, Zelga says, if the ice rod just happens to be Ice Palace, the 3rd item, I'm willing to take my loss. It's certainly, he has so much more things opened up to him, right? Because he can finish Skullwoods, he can go up to Turtle Rock. Yeah.
So I mean that's the biggest question right now, is we're into the great time of the game where is the stinking ice rod? And
imagine having an ice rod hunt after all of the stuff that we've been through this season.
I mean, this has been unkind to our runners in pretty much the worst way. Topplife being a little bit more scattershot with his bombs there, takes down land mode just the same there, gets his 10 arrows, more importantly gets crystal number 5 for him. Now decision time for him is which of the pendant dungeons is he gonna go into. If Meyer is right there.
Yeah, well, certainly, he hasn't checked checkerboard cave yet, right? So he'll probably go do that, and then we'll see. Well, he is deciding, oh no, Zelga's having a bit of an issue with Gibdos, although it didn't take any damage. Looked like he just kind of got in the way. He should be fine for a month. He has 12 hearts, no sword beams. He might have 1 fire rod shot left, but I think Zelga's pretty well practiced at this point for this fight.
Yeah, more importantly, he's got tempered sword, so if he can hit
Yeah.
Moth 4 times and have it actually count there, Moth is gonna start exploding.
Yeah,
And
I
there
don't
it's
know if he
4.
got. Yeah, I don't know if he got the double dash or double poke at the beginning to count twice, but oh no. Right. All right. So that's another potential location we can go back to on Zelga's side.
Oh, man. So we chose a good one to calm today,
Oh
Formas, you know
yeah,
that?
that's right.
We really did.
Oh man, so I'm sure Top Life and Zelga are having the exact same sentiments that we are here.
So if I'm Zelga, I'm thinking 100% I'm gonna go into TR right now. Pray that Ice Rod is there. If it's not there, that shovel might be my first check afterwards. Now
Yeah.
the only downside to it is that we have beaten Agas, so there is no saving of portals from this point on.
Yeah, and and Zelda has not done the Smith Chain, so he actually does have a little bit more overworld left to complete. So maybe he thinks that if the Ice Rod isn't here, he can combine it with the shovel, and as he delivers the purple chest.
Well, all right. So anyway, we're gonna be going to right. Anyway, but Top Life in Top Life's side here, you can go ahead and kind of hope that the Ice Rod is sitting here in Misery Mire. I guess now
That
that
would
being
yeah.
corrected in chat, Zelga could save his portal with the shovel, but that's about it.
Yeah, and certainly if you're rooting for Top Life here, you really want the Ice Rod to be here because going back to Mire, after not finding the Ice Rod from the rock is probably not going to be the first location that that Zelda goes to after he descends the mountain.
Okay, so both runners are gonna be checking things. We're gonna be very curious to see which one of these guys is right here, because I think between the two of them, we've seen the entire game. If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to think what else have we missed.
We have synced up small keys and dungeon items so far in Mire. Man, the suspense. Can you guys just find something that's like not or something that's useful, please?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's that. Top Life knows that this is going to be the big key to Misery Mire here, as we find the big key to Turtle Rock in the compass room there of Turtle Rock. So, onward for Zelga.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Zelka's actually also doing, some pretty smart things. He's not actually slashing when he's coming up to the bars. He's just gonna opt to take that damage because if you slash the bars at the wrong time or whatever you slash them, they just for some reason decide to electrocute you at that very moment. You can actually fall off the platform and then have to restart that room again, which
Yeah,
is really not
in
pleasant.
that room, I've seen a lot of people start going up the middle there with the one floating Stalfos head instead, just because you can hit the Stalfos head out of your way there and not take any damage, not have to worry about it there. But, oh god, yeah, no, I'm starting to see some really fun options there for that Ice Rod, because we've got the Thieves Down big chest as well.
Oh right. Oh man, that would be such a terrible location.
I
I mean, yeah. Like at this point, though, I would have to imagine that both runners, like because they full cleared, like they probably think the other one full cleared Thieves Town without the hammer at this point, maybe.
right. I mean, and Zelga's sitting here knowing that he left something in, left an
Oh, in
item
Ice Palace, that's
in
right.
Ice Palace as well. So, and there it is.
Oh wow.
It's in Misery Mire. So this is just gonna be so Zelga has lost a big amount of time here. That's going to be a pretty early check for him after he strikes out of everything else in here, but that's a big find for Top Life, and yeah, I'm not 100% sure why he's continuing. Maybe he's thinking, oh god, maybe this could be a ped seed, so let's go ahead and finish it here.
Yeah. Well, so I think Toplife's still looking for the fire rod too, right?
Yeah, but he got both items
Oh,
out of
he
it. He
did get
got
both items. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So
okay.
so this is a little bit strong of a play on his side, probably, but you know, it's kind of hard to say exactly what he's going to do here, just because he's down to Ice Palace after this,
Oh yeah,
right? So
100%. Yes.
so
I mean,
you
there's
can't
yeah.
yeah, you can't really hate the decision. It's just not gonna work in his favor. Now, when he goes to Ice Palace, he's gonna go through that really quite quickly, because like he's gonna get Ether there out of the first chest, and then Fire Rod was, I want to say, 2 or 3 chests in.
Yeah, it was very shortly after Icebreaker, so it's I'm assuming Top Life knows Icebreaker, very easy, very well, just like Zelda. Wow. Okay. uh, Top Life just having that keep run out, unfortunately, at one of the worst possible times. Luckily, though, he had enough health to kind of like take the damage, but that could have been pretty bad.
So yeah, Zelga's gonna have a pretty interesting decision at this point. Is what are you gonna do? Are you gonna go check the 2 in Misery Mire? Are you gonna check the 3 or 4 that he's got remaining on Smith Chain? He's 100% gonna check the shovel. And I think, yeah, it looked like when he lined up for that first laser skip there, he was a little bit too low, and that thing blasted him right off the side here.
Yeah, at least Selga, I think, has enough health to take if he really needs to. Lasers do 4 hearts of damage, and if you happen to get knocked off by the laser, it's another heart of damage, so... yeah, definitely seen runners not have a good time when they only had 5 hearts, thinking they could take a laser hit, and then get knocked off the platform, and yes.
Top Life into Ice Palace right now. He's gonna have to use this bombos to take care of this one freezer, because unfortunately Fire Rod is a couple floors down. And
Yeah.
yep, first stop for Zelga is gonna be this this shovel.
So maybe
Man,
shovel to powder to Smith Chain? Like,
I mean, that's my assumption. I assume he's gonna go Smith Chain here. I don't know though. Yeah, that's Smith Chain. That's a 3. So this is God. This seed is. So we stayed together for the first 45 minutes of the seed. Then both runners decided we're gonna diverge crazily for a little bit, and then after that, well, we are gonna come right back together again.
yeah. And I think at this point, we've exhausted all of our options, right? We don't have anything else really left on the table except for the Thieves Town Big Chest.
Yeah, Thieves Town Big Chest is it here now. So Zelga just did his last chance of saving his portal here. So, big moment for him. Pulling out the flute. Gonna flute to 3.
Yeah, it looks like this is gonna be Smith Chain.
This is Smith Chain, yeah. So, man, Top Life is gonna hit go mode in one more floor. So I don't know if I give advantage Top Life here, but man, it's real close.
It is. Right, so Top Life's gonna hit go mode, as you said, very, very shortly. Unfortunately for him, though, he still needs to finish up Skull Woods, which actually is, it's gonna be a bit of a time. Zelda, though, needs to go into Mire. I'm not sure if he is gonna do the cutscene chest. Because he's just looking for the ice rod, right? So he might actually end up saving a bit of time over Top Life's Mire routing. But yeah, it's kind of how much time is Zelda going to spend here finishing up the overworld and finding that ice rod versus Top Life kind of just finishing up Skull Woods.
Yeah, no, this is going to be really tight going into GT. I mean, I really don't know who's going to do this. It's going to depend a lot on Zelga's route in Misery Mire, like you said there. Now, unfortunately, that ice rod is probably in the worst location for it outside of being on Vidi, because it's locked behind the switch. So you're gonna run to the right side. check the 2 chests over there, hit, get the small key, run to the left side, probably do the chests over there, get the big key, go. I mean, it's going to be a whole ordeal for Zelga. There's ways to make it shorter, but I don't know if that's going to be like quality routing in his mind. It's just an awkward mess of a situation right now.
Yeah, well, and I guess like for what it's worth, because Zelga's already finished up a lot of Turtle Rock, he will have a shorter time going back as opposed to Topplife, who still has to pretty much full clear the whole thing.
Right.
Wait, where's Zelga going?
Oh god, he's.
Oh my gosh, no! Oh no, Zelga! Oh no!
And then there's this option.
Oh no, that is bad. No, Zelga, go back up the mountain. Oh no.
I mean, yeah, there's this option. This is gonna give Topplife a pretty big advantage here.
So of course, orphaning that item in Thieves Town means pretty much we have to go do the whole dungeon all over again. There's not a really great way to get back there.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a question for Zelga in the interview stage here. Is what was his thought here? Was he thinking, if I go to Meyer, I've lost, sort of thing? Nice God Pixel though.
I'm glad to see it happen the second time around, or at least once, because I think the first time, I mean, it wasn't. I think he lined up properly. It's just that in order to be able to dash through that hallway, you need not only for you to be on the right pixel, but also the enemy's cooperation with you to not get in your way.
Yeah, definitely here. Okay, so now Topplife is going to make his way into Turtle Rock. You're going to have to sit through the first 4 chests there just because there's no good way to do those faster, but the rest of the dungeon, he is going to get to go mode. There was a key on Laser Bridge as well, so if he steals the key from the Pokey, he's going to be in good shape here as Zelga gets the bad news that it's not here either.
At least, thank you, Zelga, for showing us, the viewers, what was the item inside Thieves Town Big Chest.
We can at least say we have seen probably at this point 100, and we're going to see at least 190 of the checks possible.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what GT is going to give us yet here, so that's why I'm saying 190. We might just get the GT big key on the very first check, and then nobody has to do anything else.
Oh, wouldn't that be, for everything that these runners have gone through, like, wouldn't it be nice to have an early GT big key? No more searching, right? It doesn't have to be behind like Ice Armos or in Tile Room or anything like that. Just nice and early, we can get the seed over with.
Yeah, it's the seed just deciding, you know what, boys, you've had a rough day. It's over now.
Yeah,
you're
that
done.
would be nice.
Have a good one. Go take a nap.
Zelga have showing some, pretty nice execution, at least in the second room of Meyer. There's a reason why, in order to do that room fast, you want sword beams with the fire rod. Zelga had a pretty nice demonstration.
Yeah, no, Zelga's execution is just, he's one of my favorite runners to watch out there. He's just, it's so smooth. All right, now Zelga is going to have his chance to make up just a little bit of time if he doesn't go cutscene chest, but I kind of feel like he will, just because he's going to get to see that small key and he's going to kind of know that the big key's down there. But yeah, no, you can't count him out yet. No, if Top makes even the slightest mistake coming up here, Zelga can catch up.
Yeah, I mean, this race has been actually pretty amazing, right? Like, these runners were just like neck and neck, basically going through basically the entire way, and it was pretty much what came down to like one of the last decisions that runners could make in the game. Man, these chain chomps! Oh my gosh,
Yeah, okay, that works.
All right.
That works.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. So, right. These last couple dungeons, the game expects you at this point to have the blue mail, which is why everything pretty much is top line. Oh my god. Uh, does 4 hearts of damage pretty much for every enemy going forward. We saw Top Life get kind of beat up by Chomps, integral part of this game. You definitely think of Chain Chomps when you think of the Legend of Zelda series. And
Yeah,
we saw
that makes
Zelga. Yeah, we saw Zelga kind of run into a bomb slug, which also was 4 hearts. Jeez.
I'm just sitting here. I'm just powder the stupid anti-fairy, man. Powder the anti-fairy. What are you doing? There's showing off and then there's being reckless, all right?
Alright. Oh my gosh, Top Life. Alright, yeah, okay, so we saw
that one anti-fairy for a good reason. That's what he did.
Right, yes. All of this, I'm sure, was planned out by Top Life. Yeah, but we should ask him about this in the interview afterwards.
Strategic anti-fairy usage, that's one of the things that we learn when we're doing this game, right?
Yes. Preserving prize packs. Oh.
and the full magic refill right there. That's
It looks like we at least we got some vanilla prize packs from Pokies, so that's at least something good for runners.
All right, so he's gonna take the guaranteed way here. Well, not guaranteed, but like 95% guaranteed way of getting a small key and not having to do laser bridge.
All right, so we managed to cut right back in time when Zelga picks up his go mode item at like 1 hour and 30 some minutes. He is 100% out of there. We're heading up the mountain on his side.
All right, and yeah, now the chase begins. We're gonna start asking ourselves if Zelga can chase down Top Life here. We're well within the route of a GT Big Key, making a huge bit of difference here. This is gonna get real interesting. This whole seed has just been a complete mess here for these poor guys. I mean, I think honestly, I'm just gonna let him scream during the interview and just be like, "All right, guys, let it out." I mean, this is
yes. Yeah, so this is going to be therapeutic for them to finally get out of this.
Right, so we're just gonna quick recap here. This was an Aga seed with a mirror on the pedestal, where the mirror was important because it turned out that you had to go into Palace of Darkness from the Dark World, and the moment you got into the Dark World to get your flippers, so that you could go get your hammer out of the first chest of swamp. So
yeah, and of course, we still need our requisite rods. As we're seeing Top Life use to kill Trinex. The fire rod, of course, was locked behind the Bombos medallion in Pendant Ice Palace, and the ice rod that Top Life ended up being the first of our 2 runners to find was locked inside Misery Mire, which is also a pendant.
All right, nice quick kill over there on Trinex there as we get a 7th crystal dropping out of the sky. So Top Life is going to be going into GT here. So I just went ahead and started a bot there. We're going to play the GT Big Key guessing game. Get your numbers into chat there. I'm already seeing quite a few of you doing it there.
These numbers are flying.
Yeah, numbers between 1 and 22, where you think this big key is going to be. We're going to try to keep an eye on exactly what the time difference is between these 2 runners right now, because this is still coming right down to the wire here.
Do you know where Top Life tends to go in GT first, like left or right?
No.
So, no, I didn't mean to put you on the spot or anything. I guess I was only curious.
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, he's been a bit of a Z2R main lately.
Oh yeah,
so
that's right.
I haven't seen what he's doing on this lately. So we're gonna go right first, and probably go Hope Room and maybe just go right from there here. So we get a small key and we get the half magic.
Half
Hey, cool.
magic. That is a nice find. Yeah, I was even, thinking earlier, it's like we have checked like literally everything outside of GT, between our stream runners, and we have not seen half magic yet. So like, where is this thing hiding? So it must be GT. Here we are. Half magic, of course. Yeah, it's going to be really nice. Going through the gauntlet, we have the fire rod. That means we're going to be able to spam it just that much more. Is going up.
All right, so topplife gonna take his block here, gonna see exactly if the big key is on this right side. Zelga is in Trinex right now, so he's gonna be joining topplife in GT very quickly, and it does look like the big key is not on the right side.
We got a lot of green 20s though on our side. Yeah.
Topplife did finally hit that magic 14th heart.
Yeah, certainly we're seeing we're gonna see a lot of that also on Zelga's side as well. So like basically anything that if there's a heart container, we can't actually, or yeah, we're gonna get pretty close, and we're also gonna hit basically maximum health at this point.
Now, I can't imagine that Zelga will do something completely crazy and go, you know what, I'm gonna do a tile room gamble. I don't see that happening. I think it's more likely that he pulls. Yeah, I think it's more likely that he'll pull the left, right, left, or something like that. I don't know if there's somebody who's a little bit more familiar with his GT route in chat. Feel free to go ahead and spoil that as topplife finds out he can't just walk off the platforms. He needs to use the hook shot to go across.
Yeah, I want to say that Zelga ends up going right normally. So, but of course, that doesn't have to hold true for this particular race.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those things that you sometimes do before this, is that you if you know you're going into a best of 3 set against somebody here, you might scout out what their GT routing is, just because it can make a big difference.
All right, looks like Zelga is going to opt to do right side, so at least routing-wise is going to be similar. We are still going to be able to see a difference in execution. Perhaps Zelga will remember, unlike topplife, the first time that he does need a hook shot to get through those platforms.
Probably. We'll see.
We'll see.
That part there. We won't know there. We're getting word that it's about a 2-minute, 10-second difference here. Still no big key. Oh God, is this really going to be that deep in here?
Well, all right, so yeah, we're all just like the whole scene. GT is like a microcosm of it, funneling us down to like one of 4 or 5 possible last locations of this big T location.
I'm honestly
gonna
not be shocked if it's tile room. I'm not gonna be shocked here.
Alright, so we're coming up on Bot's chest, and if it's not here, it's going to be behind Ice Armos, which is 3 more, or it's going to be that number 22 location of tile room. Alright. Well, good thing topplife has a bunch of arrows. That's just useful.
Yeah, no, one thing you gotta kind of be a little bit careful with when you're doing Ice Armos here is there's mimic rooms upstairs, and you don't want to blast too many arrows here. Now it looks like topplife is pretty much doing this perfectly, so yeah, he's gonna have all the arrows that
really
he could
nice.
possibly.
Yeah, and in fact, actually, a lot of okay, all right, no tile room today. Topplife not even gonna open the last chest because we know that there's literally nothing left in this seat that could possibly help him for the Ganon fight.
All right, that was big key number 20.
Not quite the last possible location, but pretty dang close.
Yeah, no, so congratulations there to Retox. Oh man, I'm gonna completely mangle that, but I tried. Congratulations anyway there, bud. As we're into the climb over here on topplife side, Zelga's got to make his way to behind Ice Armos there, so the time is still gonna be in toplife's favor here, but crazy things can happen up at the top of this tower.
Yeah, certainly at this point it is going to be a battle of execution, top life. Not even going to take a chance on the cannonball room. Just going to put on that cape and dash right through. Yeah, the half magic is really going to pay off and help out our runners, especially with a good amount of safeties that they have.
All right, yep, let's go here and keep working our way up the top. So, oh, this room's getting away from him quite a bit there. That half magic is coming in big, though.
There is a reason why they call this place the Gauntlet. These rooms are not easy whatsoever.
All right, Zelga gonna get his big key here in just a minute as soon as he polishes off these ice armos here. Top going for it. He's gonna go for the trick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we going to?
A little too high.
Something lesser seen. This is basically what happens if you end up powdering the anti-fairy or the bunny beam. Sorry, right before this room.
See, what he was trying to do there is he pulled this off the other day in one of his races where he lays down the Samaria block there, and if you get your positioning just right, you get your timing just right, you can actually kind of similar to what you do with when you're doing Master Sword Ganon there, where you can force your spin up against the block, and you end up basically immediately killing all of the Lambos. It's RNG dependent and a whole bunch of other stuff there. When it works, it looks cool.
Yeah, I think I heard someone. I think I heard someone say it's like you have like a 50% chance of success or something like that based on RNG. But yeah, as you said, if it works, it really works.
Oh yeah, definitely here. As Top Life is not despawning the tower, so that's a good thing.
That's good. The despawning the tower would be pretty brutal, fatal for Top Life at this point, considering Zelga is very much hot on his heels.
Yeah, this gauntlet is not going to take a whole long time on Zelga's side there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, there goes the Stalfos there. As Top unfortunately misses his first bomb throw. Gonna get through, gonna use his powder to refill his health here, and then it's on to Moldorm 2, Aga 2, and then finally off to Ganon here.
Yeah, Top just didn't want to, Zelga to feel all alone by not being able to throw bombs in this scene, showing some solidarity between the two. Oh no, Top Life!
Okay, that's a bad thing. That's gonna be more time for Zelga.
And that is gonna be some time to catch up. Luckily, at least, he fell off, I guess, on the earlier side, for what it's worth.
Yeah, I guess, if you're going to go for that, like that's the crazy thing here is like both of these guys know who they're racing against. That's I keep going back to that. Like it's God, Moldorm.
Oh my gosh. Dude, Moldorm, I guess Moldorm is on Team Zelga's side or something, because I mean, like, every single fall is just giving Zelga that much more of time to catch up. Zelga is like tearing through this gauntlet, right? He is basically not giving any inch to what's going on.
Okay, finally Moldorm relents and lets Top Life go on there. I mean, that was partly nerves and partly Moldorm just being a real pain in the butt.
Oh yeah. Moldorm's like, I want revenge, for what happened in my tower.
Exactly. It's just like, you know what? I don't think this race is close enough. Why don't I tighten it up a little bit for you? All right, Zelga is basically a room away from Moldorm 2 here. Top Life getting a double there off that first cycle on Aga 2 here.
Yeah, so it's just like, oh, another double too. Yeah, so just like Aghanim 1, we are going to have the same patterns for both our runners. Pretty nice, yeah, pretty nice 3 cycle.
2, 2, 2, yeah.
Yeah, okay. 3 cycle is pretty much what most runners are, happy with. 2 cycle is possible if you get some nice patterns, and all the Aghanims shoot blue balls or energy balls at you. We actually saw that that's not the case on Top Life side. It wasn't even possible to get a 2 cycle, so the 3 cycles, it was really nice.
Yeah, definitely. And okay, so Top Life is dropping into
Ganon.
The moment Zelga is in Aga 2, so. All right, Zelga gets the I've never seen that one cannon. What was that?
Oh Zelga, unfortunately, it looks like he only got one on this fight, so he's gonna have to go through at least one more cycle in order to defeat Agnum 2. Ah, Zelga!
Right.
One more. Alright, so of course, on top life side, it looks Ganon did not teleport to some pretty good spots. Oh my gosh, top life, please. Help.
Alright, he has a red potion. That's as much as I know. Yeah, he's got 2 red potions. 1 red potion. 1 red potion, 2 red potions.
Two
I don't
looks
know.
like 2. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know,
I don't know
as
if he was back and forth or if he had 2 there. Alright, Zelga is dropping into into Ganon right now. So we're gonna have dueling Ganon fights on both screens here.
yeah, assuming Ganon can stop warping, on top life side, he can start phase 3. Of course, you know, he's gonna warp just as many times for Zelga, you know, just like Agnum 2, the patterns are fixed. Yes,
Okay,
and
got the blue there, so that's gonna be a hit number 1 there. Zelga is still on phase 2 as we're waiting to see exactly here. Top's going to wait for Ganon to come down to the bottom, get for probably the easier triple setup. Alright, got the 1 triple there down there. Ooh, got Ganon up in the top right corner here. Okay, Zelga's on to phase 3 here. This is a good Ganon fight over on top side here. Really good phase 4.
Yeah.
And
okay.
that's going to be that right there.
Wow, what a finish to this amazing race. Top Life is just waiting for this fanfare, and he's going to, assuming he doesn't fall off, he's going to claim first place in this race today. Let's see if we can get an official time.
That is a Top Life. Yeah, he went ahead and he's finished with an official time of 1:48:02, and it looks like Zelga is not far behind him by any means. He's into phase 4 here, so let's just hold on just a second to talk to Top Life hitters as we wait for Zelga to go ahead and finish this off.
Yeah.
And I think 1 more spin might do it for Zelga. Okay, nope, it gets 2 more. And there he goes. Ganon is exploding over on Zelga's side, so get your GGs into chat for both of these guys here. Just in an unbelievable race.
We were on the edge of our seats the whole time watching this. GG's, guys. Wow. Alright, Zelga finishing 1 hour, 48 minutes, and 54 seconds. So 52-second difference officially. This is actually amazing, you know, especially for Zelga, right? Because he ended up doing left side swamp and Thieves Town twice, basically, and still manages to pull out basically under a minute difference for this. Really just shows like how high of a execution skill you know, both these runners have.
That was unreal. We are now joined in the booth here by Top Life, and it looks like Zelga. Let me just and there's Zelga as well. Too. All right, we're joined in the booth by both of our runners today. GG's to you both.
GG's, guys. Yeah, amazing.
GG's, yeah. This is an interesting race.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, the beginning of that siege, you had to do everything. You guys followed each other to such a hilarious degree for, I want to say, the first 45 minutes.
Don't tell me Zelga did the exact same moves that I did, because I had so much fun rooting here. But,
like up until, so basically it was up until Hera. Like after you guys finished Hera, then you split off a little bit there. Well, I guess it would have even been into Pod. Like you guys were basically within like 2 screens of each other for, I want to say, a good 45 minutes, right? And then it wasn't until Mitts that you 2 split up and started checking other things there. So I guess I'll ask you first, Top. Then you went to Smith Chain first. Any reason?
Well, it was just 4 checks. It wasn't that many checks left, so I kind of just wanted to get those out of the way. Sure, pod from that position might be better, but you'd still have a 70 points. And yeah, and I had before I got in there, like, if I find a bits in there, I'll do not go left side swamp.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. And so, Zelga, you ended up going Dark Death Mountain there. Now, anything? To be honest, I can't see anything that either of you really did wrong that seed. It's a couple things you guys kind of got unlucky about. How are you kind of feeling about everything there, Zelga?
Honestly, there's not a whole lot I would have changed about how I played this. I feel like, personally, I'm a big believer in, hey, if you have Bombos and you need the fire rod, just go to Ice Palace, and it paid off. So, and I was kind of heavily counting on the fact that Bombos opened Mire, and I was thinking, hey, you know, there's actually a pretty good chance when Top does Desert, he'll just do Mire. So that kind of led me to the decision to completely ignore Mire until it was very nearly last location, because I was thinking, well, if it's there, I've lost. You know, that common rando trope. You play like, well, it was there, I just lose, GG. And it's a little sad knowing that this end time difference was less than like me going back into Thieves. But I mean, in the end, like, I don't necessarily regret anything, and it was still a great race.
I mean, me and Clear Mouse, we had a little bit of fun watching you guys today.
This was amazing.
It was nuts.
I just feel sad, like, versus Schulzer, I felt like my routing wasn't on top, but my execution was really good. Today it was the complete opposite. I felt like I routed really well, but my execution the whole scene was just...
There was a couple of things there. I mean, the triple fairy there that you got in Pokemon and TR. That was a thing of beauty there. It was so nice that it looked like you actually intended to do it that way.
Well, I was going for all fours, of course.
It was probably a good thing that you missed one, and it's just because it was like, oh, I got hit by that, and okay, now I need another fairy.
Yeah, that was just one of a lot of many face bombs in the end.
Oh, so with you guys then, so that's gonna be game one to you, Top there. When's game two gonna be here? Because if it's anything like game one, I want to see another one of these.
We are going to do it next weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. Our week schedules doesn't align at all, so...
Oh.
Yeah, those pesky time zones always getting in the way of fun.
Oh yeah, Norway and the States there. That's a little bit of a time difference to structure things around there, for sure.
And Korea.
I'm not important.
Yeah, I think we were even talking before the race how we basically have 4 time zones that we're trying to all put together and make this race happen. So really cool that we got to do this.
I would like to say especially thank you guys for doing the commentary and the tracking and the restreaming. Really appreciate it, and I've always loved listening to you guys doing your comm duos together. So I'm sure watching this back will be a good time.
Yeah, they're really good. So.
I mean, you two already know the story about the Clear Mouse basically sending me the picture of you two being matched up in the bracket there, and my reaction just was like, yes, 100%, yes, we're gonna find a way to do that.
Yeah, really glad that you guys were able to schedule the match where Daves and I could at least attempt to sign up for it. So and of course you guys are very talented runners, obviously making our lives pretty easy. I did tell Daves earlier to let Zelga generate some action so we have something to talk about. Zelga, you did not disappoint. How's that?
All right, I'm glad to have played my part at least.
Oh man, yeah, guys, thanks for the amazing race there. This has been just a ton of fun here. And yeah, totally looking forward to game 2 and maybe game 3. We'll see how this one goes for sure.
Yeah, your group is certainly one of the more scarier groups in this tournament. Very talented runners, all 4 of you. So
Yeah, like all the groups are going to be pretty rough just by the nature of the community just being great, and so it's naturally just going to dump a bunch of great people together. But this one in particular, I feel, is really hard, and it would not surprise me to see any 2 people come out of it. So we just got to keep playing and hope I'm one of them.
yeah, and you guys are in winners brackets, right? So like if Top Life ends up taking game 2, Hugh will advance. But that means as you get to play at least 2 more matches after that, right? Against the winner of Schultzer and one other person that I'm escaping right now.
Ninjembro.
Ninjembro, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that series is 1-0 for Ninjembro right now. Sorry if that was spoilers.
Oh, that means you could get a potential. So that means there's a potential rematch in your future. Is that right? Because you played Ninjembro the first time.
Yeah, like if both of these continue to be 2-0s, then it would be a rematch. But I don't know. Both of those races were very stressful as well. So we'll just hope that this one can turn around. How about that?
Could you submit the race next time? It's all good. I'm reading your file name, and it has reminded me that I have not seen a cat fact from this entire season so far.
I'll do my best. How about that?
Okay.
Well, guys, if there's nothing else, I guess we'll go ahead and step away here in just a minute there. Anything else you guys want to say before we shut her down for the day and move people on to the other races going on right now?
Just GG's again, Top Life. Great race, and hopefully looking forward to next weekend for the next ones. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah, GG, and that will be fun.
Well, all right then, guys, and so I guess we're going to go ahead and shut her down for here on Speed Gaming. If you want to see a little bit more rando, there's rando all day long today. We've got right now over on Speed Gaming 3. There's a race going on between Technolink and Adirondack Rick that probably started here only about 30 minutes ago. So they're going to be going. They're going to be going pretty well there. There's also going to be more games coming on here on Speed Gaming 5 and Speed Gaming 4 here starting at 1:10 p.m. Eastern. You got Goomba and Dracaris versus squaring off on Speed Gaming 5, and DJ Darkwing D and Killer App 23 on Speed Gaming 4. So if you want more rando, this is the best time of year to do that, because there is just non-stop rando.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and of course, there are also, this is the group stage, there are also lots of other matches. Also, unfortunately, didn't end up getting a restream, but you can always just watch runners' individual streams as well. And of course, thank you so much, to Top Life and Zelga for putting on such an amazing race. You guys are obviously very talented. Definitely looking forward to the next set of games that you have next weekend. Will, thank you for doing all the tracking for us, and also putting both Zelga and Top Life's Twitch channels, being our bot for the day. And of course, Days, it was always great commentating with you. So we're looking forward to the next session.
Yeah, no, definitely Clear Mouse. I mean, this is always a great time when you and me get to do these here. So I definitely look forward to it. Yeah, and again, big thank you to Will there. He had to deal with a little bit of shakier streams there, but yeah, he got through that and was able to basically fill in the blanks for all of us there. So big thank you there. And again, GG's to both of our runners. And yeah, other than that, I think we're just gonna say goodbye for the day then, right? So hope everybody's gonna have a good one there. And my name's been Dazed Cloud, and Clear Mouse, I'll let you have last word here, okay?
All right. Yeah. Yes. I think we just forgot one more. Thank you. Thanks for the SpeedGaming channels for being able to, host this tournament for us. But yeah, other than that, keep watching more Rando on different SpeedGaming channels. And Top, good evening. Zelga, good afternoon. And Top Life, good night. Right?